don't we? Hi, food and guest. I see you. Just waiting for a few more to come in. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. It will be fun today. Definitely. Thank you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. We're not holding back today. We are not holding back today. Hi, DJ Tando. Hi, Irene. Hey, Messi. Just calming my nerves, guys. Oh. Yes, DJ Tando, I'm your number one event planner, definitely. Thank you, food and guests. Thanks to Lowe's Boutique. What I wanted to say, let me wait for my guests to come in first. Hey, Muku Cakes, good to see you here. I've got my drink ready. Thank you, DJ Tando. Hey, M. Nelta, I see you. Hey, Nesrib, how are you? Hey, Percy, are you ready, girl? I've got questions. A lot of them. Shout out to Lowe's Boutique. I see you, girl. I'm very well, thank you very much, Naz. Hey, Sambulo, I see you. Thank you for joining in. We're about to start, guys. We don't have time to waste today because the questions that I have. Hey, nice female alpha, how are you? Hey, Mrs. Marsh, I see you. Thank you for joining in. Hey, Tiki baby, how are you? Thank you for joining. Wow, thank you so much, guys. Finally, our second episode or second session of Savvy Chat is here. Hi, Tiki baby, how are you? Yes, we are here. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. My name is Taffy. For those that do not know me, I am an event planner Well, I specialize in weddings, organizing weddings. I'm still trying to catch my breath. Organizing weddings, corporate events, you name it. And I also do deco. But we're not here to talk about that today. As you can see, I'm in red today. It's all about love. So some questions that came through were, I'm scared of getting married, or I've got my boyfriend here, he wants to marry me, but I'm a bit worried. I don't know if he's the one, if I'm making the right decision. Or they were asking, what questions should we ask before we commit? You know, all those questions for you to get married so that I can plan your wedding. So definitely, so I thought I will need someone qualified in this because I am not a relationship mentor. You know, I thought, who can help me? And I found myself Percy Magaya. So she'll be joining me in today to talk about everything, anything to do with relationships, dating, anything, dating tips. So if you've got any questions, you see that at the bottom of your screen, you'll see there's like a button that says questions. Please send in your questions on there and we can talk about everything, anything, you know. So let me get Percy to come in. Hi, Timeless. Hi, David. Hi, Michael. Good to see you. Are you ready, guys? She'll be in anytime soon.
Hey. Girl. What's up? Happy dancing. What's up?
I love the headpiece there.
Darling. Because you know what? The barbers are closed. I get my hair cut, so I have to cover it up. You know?
Definitely. You look good. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this relationship survey chat.
I'm so happy to be here, guys. Thank you for having me. Honestly, thank you.
Thank you so much. So before we dwell into the questions, because I've got a lot of questions, some of them I've sent them to you. I'm sure you were like, whoa.
I'm ready for this. I don't think I'm ready.
Well, we have to talk about them, don't we?
Yes, definitely.
So anyway, who is Percy Magaya?
So, Percy Magaya, I'll start by saying that, I'm a relationship mentor. That's something that sort of fell upon me because after going through my experiences, I've had people coming to me asking questions, advice, just mentorship. And I just thought, it's something maybe I should pursue and I love it. So I started doing that. I also have a show called How Did You Get There? We talk about all things entrepreneur. Basically, YouTube, and you can find it there. It's amazing. The guests we've had, the whole cast, the whole production team. It's incredible. So I'm just a go-getter, I'm that girl that's
I see that.
Stopping. But anyway.
I like that. I like that about you. Yes.
I'm trying, girl.
No, you're doing well. Honestly. So why relationship mentor? You say that it sort of like fell on you.
Yeah.
Why did you then go into it, or how did it fall on you?
So for me, I literally, when I was in my early 20s, I got married. After getting married, like just a few months into the marriage, I knew this was not going to last. And then we didn't even manage to we hit our 1 year anniversary, but after that was it. So after going through that, I had to literally have to find myself again. And being a pastor's daughter and being Zimbabwean and, being a firstborn. So those things, to come out of a marriage with those titles attached to me was not an easy thing. So
under a year as well. After a year. Girl.
So that was not easy to do. So I had to come out of that. I had to heal. I had to find myself. I had to build my self-confidence. And not knowing people that have been through that was hard as well, because I come from a family where marriage lasts for a long time. Like my parents have been married 30 years. This April, so and I managed to do it. It took me 3 years to get there, and then from being broken and to being healed, and from hating myself for what the decision I made to loving myself. So that journey gave me so many tools. And then once I came to public about what I went through, people started coming to me like, "Girl, my relationship. Girl, my marriage, girl. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? So it sort of fell on me. And before I knew it, I was talking to men and women, especially men. Men come to me on a private, like, help me. How do I understand my wife? How do I understand my partner? Why did you leave your marriage? What happened? What can I do? So it sort of fell on me. So I started doing studies. I started like researching, getting mentorship myself. And then, that's how I sort of like said, I now know my calling is to be. I'm going to be a relationship coach soon. I'm just doing the qualifications for that. But before that, I'm a relationship mentor now. So, yeah.
So, you could say getting into the marriage and then getting out, you then started reflecting, looking back and thinking, if I had done it this way, probably I would not have been in this situation that I'm in.
Definitely.
Or if I had...
Definitely. Because there's so many things I can, looking back, I always say, I think my belief now is we need to get people truly trained up for marriage. Because so many people are going into marriage blindly. There are a lot of single people getting married. Let me tell you that with a single mentality.
I will be in love. What do you expect? I'll be blinded by, the money, the cars, everything.
I love him. I'm going to marry him. No child. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of single people entering marriage because their mindset is not prepared for marriage yet. They don't understand the concept of marriage. So that's what happened to me. I felt like, okay, I've done my university. I'm a pastor's daughter. He loves God. He preaches. I'm on the pulpit as well. Oh, well, now this is it. This is the next step. And being a first, but I feel like I had to set that example for my sisters. This is what you do next. This is who I am next. I'm supposed to become a wife next. So that was sort of like a career goal for me to take off my list. So I did that thing next. So I think we need more training and more seminars and more conversations. Women need to be authentic with other women about marriage, and tell them when it comes to sex, when it comes to money, when it comes to being a wife as a whole. It's a lot of work, but if you don't truly understand what that takes and what it's going to take for you to become that person for him, you're going to go in blindsided, and before you know it, he's like, whoa, what did I sign up to?
That's true. So probably somebody might be asking, how do I know that I'm ready? How do I know that I'm ready for marriage then? Because if there's something to be taught about it, how do I know that I'm now ready to be married?
So I'm going to say this first. Marriage is evolving. You're forever evolving. So you're never truly at the point that I'm ready for marriage. Like the person you're with is evolving as well. You're growing, you're developing. So you get to a point where you say, I'm ready to do whatever requires for me to build a marriage, because it's something you're building for a lifetime. You don't arrive at marriage, you build it for a lifetime. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to get to a place where I'm ready to take on the responsibility to build this marriage. Okay, so another thing as well, I think another thing that people need to truly do and look at is you can't enter marriage before you truly know how to love yourself. Why? Because this person is going to come and love you and pour into you, and then because you don't know how to do that for yourself, you reject that. You're like, whoa, he's too good to be true, or something is wrong. So I feel like there has to be a place where you come back and you truly take time to know who you are, one, love yourself, because I think that's something we sort of skip. We sort of think we know who we are, we love ourselves, okay, I'm ready for the next stage. No, do you truly know who you are as a person? If you look at yourself in 5 years, where do you want to be? What are your career goals? What are your personal goals? So that when you meet this person, you're able to communicate that to him. Because how can
so you have to be complete yourself.
Yes, you have to be complete. I can't go without knowing who I am and then expect him to love who I am, because he doesn't know who I am. Because we teach each other who we are. Remember that. And we're evolving, get me right, we're evolving. So we never truly arrive to that place of, I definitely know who Percy is now. I know where I'm going to go, because every year I'm becoming a different woman because of the experiences and what I'm going through. But at the point of meeting him, can I educate him about who I am then, so that he can understand how to love me the way I see love to be at that stage?
Very true. What I wanted to then ask is, let's say now, this is me, Tati. I have now loved myself. I know who I am. I know what I want to be in the next 5 minutes. I've got everything in place. Yeah. And then I'm with my bear. Yeah. And how do I know that he's there? He's complete himself? Do I have to prompt some questions? Yeah, is it something that I need to do or communicate with him?
You're talking now about the dating. I know the dating stage is crucial right now in this society. Dating equals I'm sleeping with him, I'm moving in with him. No, there's a stage where you need to get to know the guy. Thoroughly dating is data, exchanging data. Yeah. I'm collecting information. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay. You're entering a partnership. A relationship is a partnership. Technically, it's a business, because I need a return on my investment. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I need a return on my investment. It's a partnership.
I'm investing my time and my love.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, when you're dating this person, thoroughly ask the questions. Do not hide or wait till I'm married and I'll get to know him. No, ask the questions from the dating stage. If you're starting a business, since you got a business, right, your events business, before you even put your money to purchase any equipment you needed, before you even told clients with the business, you did research to see, can I do this business? Do I have the knowledge enough to run this business? What else do I need to do to become a market leader in this business? Same thing with the relationship. Ask the questions. When you're dating, don't go straight to the cinema for the first date. How are you going to talk in a cinema? You're already arousing emotions that were never supposed to be aroused at the beginning.
Some men, they don't know what the first dates to take us women to. So probably they don't know. Probably the first thing is, do you want to go for movies?
No, we're not going.
So do I say no?
Actually, for movies, no, darling. We're not doing movies. We're gonna go and sit down somewhere in a coffee shop and we're gonna talk. But if for the first day, you're not gonna come with all the questions. You don't want to scare them off. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna come and just know the beginning questions. How are you? What's family life like? What's your, just the simple questions to see, do I want to take it to the next stage? And then when you get to a point where you're developing feelings and you feel like, okay, with the questions I've asked so far, I see us going that next step. Now ask the hard questions, because I'm not committing to a man before I know how he thinks about money. What's your financial relationship with money? Do you want to grow money? Do you want? Can you build money? What's your credit score? We want to buy a house. I don't want to be blindsided when we're married. We're trying to buy a house. Oh, by the way, we can't do that. Ask the questions, but then now.
Because these questions, probably we need to be told the right questions to ask, or because some people, like for the guest is saying that he's shy. So probably I don't know if you're shy to ask the questions, or you're shy to go to coffee, to have a tea, cake, or whatever to speak.
I think what happens, sis, is people are afraid to ask the questions because they're afraid to scare someone off.
That's the thing.
One thing is like, I'm not asking the questions. You might think I'm a bit too much. I don't want to ask. No, but another thing is how you ask the question. Do you see that?
Okay.
How am I asking the question? And what question am I asking at what stage? On the first day, I'm going to ask him, do you want to have kids? What's your money like? I'm not going to do that. But once we get into a specific place in our dating stage where we've developed a sort of like we want to take this to the next stage, I'm going to sit him down and be like, okay, you know what? Because we are going to take this to the next, we're seeing marriage in the future. We're seeing, maybe moving together, whatever it is that you guys want to agree on in the future.
Sorry to stop you. Yeah. Sorry to stop you. So these questions, they come in when, let's say, when the other partner sees that there's potential or future, or
because and I think the question there's different levels of questions to ask when you're dating. Like I say, the first is there's certain levels, the certain questions you ask. I don't want to go into too much of those. We'll be here all day, but there's certain questions you ask, okay, and then. When you are dating someone, you go on a date, on the first day, you don't really have connection or feelings like that for them. You just want to see what's there. And then second date, third date, okay, this is going well. Fourth date, maybe a month or 2 months. Everybody's time frame is different. So that's why I don't let time frame on that, okay? Everybody's time frame is different. But you get to a stage where you're saying, okay, we've gotten to the point that we actually like each other. We want to be and commit to each other. But before we commit, I need to ask questions that are going to make me or put me at ease about going the next level with you, okay? So for example, I'm going to come back to asking about money, because that is the number one reason why people divorce.
I need to know if you got money or not, girl.
Money. Nobody talks about money. And even
definitely,
money, it's awkward. Even amongst us as females. Like, I can't come to you like, says, are you in debt? How are you managing? We don't ask. We just suffer alone in silence. Nobody talks about anything like this. So that's what I'm saying. You have to talk about money. Money. Talk about money. What's your language of money? Where I'm going to
more.
Come here. I don't like that attitude. Do you hear me?
Oh, I think her internet.
Do you hear me?
Oh, this is interesting, guys. Make sure if you've got a question, feel free to.
I think you lost me.
Yes, you're back.
Okay.
We're back.
Now I'm back.
So Mo was saying that she was asking the money questions, so she's been scaring them all off, wasn't she?
Yeah. It's how you're asking. That's the thing, how you ask. This is why I'm here as a relationship mentor, to teach you on the questions you want to come up with. What is it that's important to you? Because someone money might not be, they might both be millionaires and they're all right, they're okay with that. But it's how you ask the question to him. You don't want to interrogate him.
said don't play
What
with those
is? Are
things.
you a policewoman? Is
Leave
this
it down.
FBI agent? You don't interrogate him. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to have a conversation, understanding you're trying to build something with him. So if you sit him down, you're like, okay, so what's your money situation like? So do you want to buy a house? So he's gonna be like, whoa, sis, no.
Probably I'm the one with the money, and I need to know that he's not going to, to spend all the money.
How are you asking him? Do you know what I'm saying? How are you asking the question?
More, please comment. How are you asking these guys about money? Please just give us an example of the question.
You have to
I've got
answer
this
the question
point.
correctly. You know, and
I know.
This is where I come in, especially I mentor you on the dating stages. I'm helping you understand.
Okay.
How do you communicate with them? Because sometimes that's where we scare each other off because we don't have the right way to communicate with each other. Communication is key. Communicating doesn't listen to me. No, darling. How are you communicating? Because sometimes you get annoyed. So
I've got Miss Hoy here. Hi. She's saying, actually, I would ask very crucial questions in the early stages, like what you said. Do you want to have kids? Doesn't necessarily mean if he wants kids with me, but I need to know that before catching feelings. So, this is where it comes in. I might catch feelings before I can be able to ask these questions, and then I'm blinded by his features, everything else, and then I forget to ask these questions.
Wait, let's talk about this catching feelings phrase. How are you catching? Who's throwing them? You choose to love. Like this phrase I hear, I fell in love with them. You know you didn't fall in love. Falling is an accident. Falling is an accident. I fell in love with him and him and him. Falling is always an accident. So if you fall in love with them, you might fall in love with them. You choose. It's a decision. So you have to control your feelings. Okay? Yes, you might feel a little bit of a tingle here and there. Control them. Be in charge of your feelings. Coming back, do I know myself? Am I ready today? Can I control my emotions? I might want to sleep with him today on the first day because it looks good. He's got the six pack, but I hold on to that. That's control. Be in control of yourself.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So you catch feelings. Okay, fine. Hold your feelings. Tell your feelings we're not ready yet. We need to still answer.
Hold those feelings, ladies.
Because feelings will lie to you. One day you're feeling, you wake up next thing you love him. The next day you hate him. So you're gonna follow your feelings. They'll misguide you. So be in control of your feelings. Do you see what I'm saying? Catching feelings is not. No. Yeah, catch them and put them on the side.
Catch them, hold them tight. Ask these questions before you fall in deep.
Exactly.
Before you fall in deep. I've got Tuffy here. Hi, Tuffy. She's saying, I told my hubby on the second date. Okay. You're getting hot, aren't you? Where's your drink? So Tuffy is saying, I told my husband on the second date before we go any further, just to let you know, in Zimbabwe, we pay lobola and it's likely to cost over £7,000. He said okay and started saving money. Wow. That's good. On a second date.
But
this is a man who knew what he wanted.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes you meet a man when he's ready for. He knows what he wants. I know what.
Exactly.
There's a saying out there. Actually, apparently this is fact. Men always know if they want you or if they want to take this further from maybe the first or second date. They know, but they wouldn't vocalize it to you. But they always know that okay, this is gonna go somewhere. I can see a future with them from the beginning before they even tell you. They might tell you months later, but they knew. But they just want to see. What I saw, can this really work? Because I'm not gonna just base on I know it now. I need to see the action so that it can support what I know. Evidence.
Wow.
I need evidence. Can we be together? Evidence. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's another thing we need to really do. Dating, talk, guys. Ask the right questions the right way. Get to know him. Don't commit to somebody.
You know how they say, like Taffy is actually saying what I wanted to say. She's saying that on their first date, he told her, "You are my wife." You know how some guys just know that this is my wife. Guys, are you there? Who's here? Please tell us. How do you know that this is my wife? If he's not, why are you wasting my time?
Because I've never known she's my wife. I don't know. That's not my thing. But some do, some don't. So let us know, guys. How do you know that's your wife? I think another thing as well, you need to understand with men, before they even date you, some men, what they do, they ask around. They do their research behind the scenes. They actually do that. They ask their boys, oh, what do you know about her? Like, if they heard anything about her, what's her information if you dated? They actually talk, they actually do research behind the scenes.
On the research part, I had a question before. I couldn't post it. But then the question was, to them, body count is important before they marry someone.
I just, you know what, before this conversation, I was talking to my little sister. I was asking, because she's sort of like in a phase where she's like, I might be ready today, but I'm not really ready to commit yet. So she's sort of like in that phase. And I asked her, is body count important? And do you know what? I'm not going to give an answer to say this is correct, this is wrong. I'm just going to give my opinion, okay? When it comes to body count, let's be honest. In this generation, we got body counts. We have body counts. We lie to each other about body counts because we are like, do you know what I'm saying? People have body counts. Let's be honest. Like, I was married. Yeah. That's really a body count. I did it before him. I got body counts. But the thing is, how I think it's important to talk about it because why? Sex as well alongside money is important when it comes to relationship. Because you could that now you're expecting this guy to do whatever you're used to the other guys used to. But if you talk about this is this is many guys I've slept with, these are many females I've slept with. When it comes to, am I confident within myself to accept that answer? You know, because some men are insecure, like, oh, you slept with all these guys, never mind, I don't want you. But sweetie, I'm 29. Do you know what I'm saying?
What the girl is that?
What did you expect? Do you know what I'm saying? Same to him, like, he's how old? So you can't expect somebody. I don't think it should be something that truly matters. Look at the person. Who are they now? Have they changed? Are they just, if they're about sleeping around, then no, I don't want you because you're just about sleeping around. But who are you now? Don't use body count to be like, no, I don't want to be with you. Because, come on, look, most people get married at the age of 40. Did you think they were just waiting for you until they reach 40? Come on. Let's be real.
We don't know.
Let's be real.
I've got food and gas here. I think he's saying that's a player's line. I think the player's line that he was talking about was you're my wife. Is that a play? So sometimes they do lie. It's a player's line so that I can just fall for you. You know?
Of course people lie. All the time people lie. But when someone says, you are my wife from the first day, how do you know? Because you don't know my character yet. So you don't know. You don't know you don't know what it takes to make me mad. You don't know you don't even know what love looks like to me. So how can you say I'm your wife from the first day? You don't even know my love language. Maybe you don't agree with my love language. You don't even know what the family background I come from. You don't know, you don't know like the battles I've been fighting and what I've gone through. So for you to tell me I'm your wife from the first day, it's a red flag to me because I'm like, but you don't know who I am yet for you to confirm I'm your wife.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you want to already like because she just looks good. You just like her face. Oh, that's my wife. Hold. Get to know her before you can confirm that to her. Because you could open a can of friends for yourself.
That's my wife. You're my wife on the first date. Come on. I've got Kuda, the choreographer. How are you? He's saying, honestly, as guys, we judge differently. This is what we want to know, guys. What do you judge on? What do you judge on? You know? And I've got Sheila. Hi, Sheila. She's saying sometimes as women, we come across too eager for marriage. That's why guys say this. That's true.
It is true. Then I think that also comes with some women are very eager because they're under pressure from society and from family members. Let me tell you that. Because they're seeing their friends get married. So, excuse me, they feel under pressure. Their family's like, look at your age. They're feeling under pressure. Sometimes we have to look at the core. Why are they under pressure to help them deal with that? Because age is nothing. Listen, if you're not married by 30, that's fine. It's okay. Being single is not a disease. Do you know what I'm saying? And take your time as well. It's okay. You can't just commit to somebody just because I'm under pressure. One marriage today. So yeah, he says I'm his wife, I'm your wife, let's go and get married. The marriage, guys, come after the wedding. The marriage comes after the wedding. You know, this is why we
Did you hear that? Marriage comes after the wedding.
Marriage comes after, because your family members will come. They will celebrate you. They will say congratulations. They will bring the gifts. You will wear the white dress. You look good. You feel good. Your girlfriends are there saying, oh my God, cry.
Tavi will plan that wedding. Very nice.
Your wedding, but what about the marriage? They're not gonna be there.
Yeah.
They're not
true.
There, trust me. You're stuck with that man. So don't marry it because you feel like I'm in an age where I need to be married or I'm under pressure from families and friends. Marry correctly because once that wedding is over, chat.
Definitely. I heard more also saying that marriage is overrated in our culture. Like you're now 38, 40. What's happening? Why are you not married? What's happening? Why are you not getting married? Where is the wife? Where is the husband?
So
pressure.
coming back to that, I think as well, when it comes to marriage, people mature at different ages, okay? I know some people that got married at the age of like 20s and they're still together, they're still married. And I got married at the age of like in my early 20s and that didn't last. So everybody matures differently at different ages. So some people might need that time because maybe someone is running a business and someone's maybe doing whatever and they need that time to focus on that. That's okay. No one should pressure you. I always say, do not live with the don't let someone give you the results of what you should do. Like, I'm sorry, make the decisions so that you can live with the result they never have to live with. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they can tell you the decision to make, but you live with the results. Can I live with those results? If I'm not ready, I'm not ready. I'm sorry. You can't pressure me. I'm only doing this life one time. I'm never coming back to live this life. So if I'm married under pressure, you see what I'm saying? This life,
then it will just go.
That's it. So make sure you do what's right for you. Pressure is not, trust me, family will pressure you. Even in business, you get pressure to expand. Pressures are all over, but if you can't manage your life under pressure, then you're literally in trouble because pressures are everywhere.
So it's good to love yourself first, know who you are first, be complete yourself. That way you're not pressurized. And when you're doing your prayers, praying for the right wife or for the right husband, don't fall for the first guy that comes in on a Tuesday after that Sunday prayer of wanting a man.
Exactly.
I've got Nyasha who's saying desperation with the ladies because they have been praying for a person. They assume because they've been praying for a person, they assume first date that's the answered prayer. Okay, so you pray for someone, and then you think you've got your own picture of this person that you have in your head. I want someone who's tall, muscly, who's got a good job, a good car, and then 2 weeks later, the same person or the similar person comes through, asks me for a date, and I say yes, and I'm like, this is him, this is my husband, because I prayed with a picture in my head. Probably that's not what God has for you. That sort of thing.
Yeah, so the thing with praying is key. Of course, being in communication with God does order us. If I'm a pastor's daughter, I highly believe in consulting God with everything. But God doesn't give you like, okay, that like you don't wait and pray. I'm gonna pray today. God, this is the man I want, and I wait in my bedroom for him to arrive. Darling, you have to go out there where you can be found. You have to go to where they are, because a man doesn't chase. Some people are not gonna be happy with this. Don't expect a man to chase you, because chasing means you're running away. If ladies, this is something we do. I want a man who's gonna chase me. Where are you running to? Because he will never catch you. A man pursues. Pursuing and chasing are two different things. Just said to be pursued, he's seeing that's the goal, that's who I want. She's in a place, she's preparing us. He can identify with that's where she is. But if you want a man to chase you, he's from running, you're from running away. You get tired. So stop running away from the guy and building so many bridges for him to jump over or so many hoops. It's going to be so difficult. So when you pray for this man of God, I want a man who's like this, who does this, whatever. But at the same time as you're praying for him, are you also equipped to be with the man that you've prayed for? Because you could be praying for a man with a house, a man with credit, and you're deep in debt. You're not even working to come out of debt. You're doing it.
That's true.
Are you equal? Are you in the place for him to come? Are you deserving of the man you're praying for?
That's true.
Because we're so quick. We'll have a list, and we'll tell our girlfriends, if he has this, my standards will never come down. Because that's fine, sis. Have your standards set. But are you deserving of the man you're asking God for? That's another question as well that you need to ask yourself.
And you know how people say probably marriage is where I'm going to be happy or whatever, plus purpose, blah, 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 blah. I've got Coach Chido. Hi, Chido. She's saying you don't need to be married to live your best life. Very true. Marriage should be a bonus, not a goal. I also have Lowe's Boutique. She's saying God's intention for marriage is good. And it's a blessing, but one they have to know God for themselves first, just like what you were saying.
Definitely. Do you know what? I want to touch on this point actually before I forget it. About relationship. Before you go to the next relationship, we have to make sure you're healed, because we've got a lot of women punishing their next for what their ex did, and that's another thing that's been happening. We are punishing the next guy we have for what our ex did. Why? Because we never healed from that. So maybe you were in a traumatic situation, or maybe he cheated, whatever happened. Same for men as well. We can't punish or expect our women that we're with now to do exactly the same thing that person did. If you keep finding these people, that means you're swimming in the wrong pool. get out of that pool. Because they are there. But we need to be able, if I heal, okay, and then I go dating now, my eyesight is different how I look at men, because I'm not looking at the same eyesight as he was. Because if I didn't heal when I started dating straight away, because I just want to be in a relationship, if he hurt me by cheating, the moment his phone goes off, the next guy, automatically I'm like, who are you talking about? Who's messaging you? Yeah. That's a sign that I'm not healed. So that's a sign that, you know what, I'm not ready to date. So another thing is, well, why are you dating? Is it because I'm scared to be lonely? You have to take a step back, look at your character as well as a woman as you're dating. Because sometimes you're punishing this man and you're blocking him because you're giving him so many red signs because you've not healed. He could be the one for you. But because you've not healed, you're asking the questions the wrong way.
So those questions are very important, ladies and gentlemen. Those questions are very, very important. And you need to know yourself first, love yourself first, and be equipped for what you want. This is what Mo is saying as well. Whilst we are still on the healing part, we had that question that came through that said, it wasn't a question, but she was saying that I'm scared of getting married. So I don't know if it's something that she went through, or, probably something happened that made her be scared to get married, or she saw someone in a marriage and thought, I wouldn't want my marriage to be like that, or I'm not going to get married because of this.
Okay, so with I'm scared to get married, there's so many different reasons. Like you're saying, we can't, of course, pinpoint the solution now because we don't know the reason behind that question. Like you said, there could be so many different reasons about that. But I would also come say the fear is something that, even in business, when I'm scared to do something, I have to analyze, why am I scared? That's what I'll tell you. Why are you scared? Are you scared because you're not ready yourself? One, that could be the reason. Are you scared because you don't understand the definition of the meaning of marriage? Why are you scared? Look at the different reasons you're scared. Are you scared because the examples of marriage you've seen all your life have been bad? Maybe you're scared that may be the same for you. If you identify the reason you're scared, and then you come to someone like me, a relationship mentor who can help you, we can direct you to the counselors or people that can help you identify and heal. It could be maybe you've not healed from past relationships that hurt you. You're scared because I'm scared to commit to a man, he might hit me again. I'm scared because he might cheat me, or he might run away, or he might never commit to me the way I commit to him. So identify the reason behind that. That's what I'm saying. We can't come up with a solution in this
and deal with it
because we don't know the reasons behind why she's scared.
Definitely. And I've got more asking, how long should you wait before moving on? So this is where you need to heal yourself first and know that you are definitely ready.
Exactly. I'm going to say this to whoever said that healing is a process. My process can take long. Maybe your process can take a short time, but healing is a process. One thing I say is feel, explore, do not run from it. If you need to cry. If you need to talk to somebody. If you need to eat ice cream, maybe a few days, but do exercise, eat ice cream, but heal. Healing is a process to men and to women, and everybody heals differently, by the way. I could take 3 years or 2 years or a year. Someone could take a few months, but because they're 2 few months doesn't mean they're not healed. They need to understand how do I need to. It's like, for example, if we have wounds, right? If I have a wound on my body, I could have a big wound here on my chest, or you could have one on your arm. Your wound could be smaller than mine. And if we keep bandaging it, right, and not exposing it to sun and not putting the medication, it rots. And when it rots, it starts to spread infection in the body. Same with a broken heart. It will start spreading infection. With all the other relationships you have, families, relationship in business, relationship with your cousins, your sisters, it spreads. So you need to heal. So expose that wound, no matter how big it is. It could be like, he cheated on me. That's a wound. Expose it to healing. Talk to your friends. Don't do it by yourself, because normally we like this thing. I don't want to talk about it. They might say this and that. No, find your confident people to help you in the process and heal. Healing is a process. I can't put a timeline on that. It's a process.
Girl, you're right. Honestly, it takes time.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know yourself when you're ready to move on. Yeah. And let's talk about standards. Nyasha here was actually highlighted the standards. She's saying that, but if you have that my standards are not going down, then already you have the wrong idea. I think, yes, you keep your standards, but once you're married, you're now under your husband, so you cannot go. So let's talk about standards. You know how we
read that question again.
I've got my standards here.
Question again, please.
So the question is, but if you have that my standards are not going down, then already you have the wrong idea. I think, yes, you can keep your standards, but once you're married, you are now under your husband, so you cannot go anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Standards.
That's a standard statement.
Yeah,
That's a bold
standards.
statement.
You know how we have standards? I want my men to be this, or they have to do this before I can say, okay, now we can move on.
Yeah.
You know, you've got a list. We grow up, we're told, you know, our aunties, they tell us, don't settle, you must have the standards, be this, be that. How do you deal with that? Because probably with my standards, I'm pushing them away again. You know, that question, that money question thing, probably that's my standard. Probably I want someone with money. Probably that's my standard, but I'm pushing them away.
Yeah.
How do we deal with standards?
So standards are set based on your values. Okay?
Yeah.
Standards are set based on your values. What are your values in life? Because my standards are going to be different to yours, because I'm an entrepreneur, okay, by nature. I like creating wealth. I like empowering young people. I like doing this. So when I look at my standards with the guy, I look for a man who can make love to my mind first before he can have my body. That's part of my style. Like, you can't just come and want my body. Talk to my mind first. Educate my mind. Let me know that you can help me grow. You can elevate me. You can challenge me. So that's a standard for me. A man who's educated, a man who's intelligent, a man who's not afraid to challenge when I'm slipping away. You know, because I come across as an alpha female. Most people say, "Person, with the things you're doing, you're gonna become undateable." And I was like, "Oh my god," you know. I was a bit afraid about that, but I realized, no, I can't lower the standard because they said I'm undateable because I've got this business, I'm doing that. I have to put myself in a position and be in the place where a man who can understand the way I think can be found, or he can find me. So I had to be in those places. So standards as well, it's not about lowering them. Lowering them, it's a really hard. I don't really agree with that term. I feel like you can adjust. Okay, you can adjust.
I think adjust, because she then went on to say you have to then go in the marriage 50-50. That way you're then adjusting.
No, we don't go into marriage 50-50. No, I don't believe.
Okay.
I can't bring 50% of me into a marriage. How does that work?
Okay.
So when I'm putting down the 50%, you come into a marriage 100. I'm gonna give you all that I am, with my flaws, with my goodness, with my side. I'm gonna bring Percy, the way she is, into the marriage. That's 100% of who I am. So he can get to know who I am, and he brings 100% of who he is. Then we can become together. Because my 50 and his 50 coming to make 100. Where are at the 50s? So I think in marriage you have to come the whole you. When you come as a 50%, you are not whole. You still need healing. You need to come together as 100%. I'm gonna give you my complete me, because you are committed.
So you both have to be.
You have to be whole.
You both have to be 100%.
Exactly. That's why we say I'm looking for a man who can complement, not complete me. Completion, a man can't complete you.
Wholeness. Definitely. I think I've missed another. There was someone who pointed out that you know that he's the right person when he brings out the best in you, or when she brings out the best in you. That was a comment that I think I missed it, but someone pointed that out, which is a very, very good point.
Yeah.
When you're with someone, they have to bring the best in you. You know, you help each other out. They bring their 100%, you bring in your 100%. You bring each other up together. And then I've got another question. I'm just looking at the time. Whilst I'm looking through the questions and the points on here, just talk about Ladies Let's Talk. Is it Ladies Let's Talk, your talk show?
So yeah,
where people can come and
so my
know about
brand, Percy Magaya, it's like a tree. So you know, I do presenting, I do speaking, I do so many different things. And then under Percy Magaya, I've got the Ladies Let's Talk. So that's where I help women heal from broken relationships. We've gone through traumatic relationships, breakups, from divorces, or just normal breakups. I help them heal from that, and then from there help them on the dating journey whenever they're ready, so they can find healthy and happy relationships. But they have to be whole first. So I love the healing process. So that's why I help women do so. With that page, we basically post a lot of information on how to heal, different conversations. We spark different conversations on there. The website, I'm actually redoing my website, because like I've been doing mentoring, but people have been DMing me for that. But now I'm gonna have a whole website where you can come and book me for, if you want a mentorship program, one-to-one, group one, or different things. So that'll be coming out soon. And then that's why I do the Ladies Let's Talk, where I'm a relationship mentor. But in a few weeks, I'll be a relationship coach. I'll be qualified. You know, and then we're going to be doing events once this thing is all over.
Definitely.
That's what we're going to be doing as well, planning events where we can have conversations like this, you know, having a panel, having one-to-ones, meeting you ladies, so we can really talk about it. So I think that's something that's missing, you know, when it comes to...
We definitely need another session on marriage, because you've been in marriage, so you know how marriage is.
Yeah.
I've been in marriage, I know how it is. So I'm qualified to talk about marriage.
Exactly,
and
you've been there, girl. We know.
I've been in it. I'm not experiencing it. I've got other points that are here. Also, Nyasha was saying that she wasn't saying you need to get into marriage 50-50. It shouldn't be 50-50.
Oh, no, yeah, you're
so
right.
Thank you for that, Nyasha.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you. And then I've got Tracy. Hi, Tracy. She's saying that decide first the man you're following, what he is set out to be himself. Because yes, you will be under your man, but if his standards are what you accepted, compromise won't go too far off. So you need to know the men that you're following.
To our dear African men, submission is not suppression. Okay.
We need to come back on that topic on submission, girl.
It's not suppression. We'll come back to that point. Because
we have to come back to that one.
In the DM saying, I want to submit, but what does submission mean? Oh, I feel like I'm more suppressed. So I think that's a whole thing we're talking about. Submission and suppression are two different things. But continue anyways, my lovely.
We do have a lot to talk about. We only have 10 minutes left. We do have a lot to talk about. Even to talk about what were we talking about the other day? Kupereko and stuff. Our culture, they put so much pressure on us when it comes to marriage. This is something that as young people, what do we call ourselves? The 21st centurians or whatever.
I know.
The millennials. It's not something that we're used to, but it's still going on. So it's something that we need to be taught. We need to know what it means, why we do it. Yeah. Because they put so much pressure on us. I remember when I went for my perega thing, boy.
That was a different experience.
We'll talk about that on the next one. Don't spill.
Oh God.
I have food and gas as well. They pointed out, when we asked, do you guys tell us what do you judge on, what do you look at or whatever? He's saying, make love to my mind first.
That's what, sorry?
Make love to my mind first.
That's my thing. Make love to my mind before you can live my body. That's my whole principle. A man, because I always say, yes, you're good looking, but what can I learn from you? Because I'm looking for a leader. Yeah. I'm still that old school lover. I want a man who can lead. I want a man who can be in charge. I want a man who's confident in who he is. So when this is going wrong, I'm like, sweetie, this is going wrong. How can I? And it's okay, let's strategize. Let's do this. Oh my God. That for me, That
you want a man that leads.
Yes.
Definitely.
Challenge.
Thank you guys. I can see your comments. They really love our energy. That's good.
Thank you guys.
We're going to be having a lot of these talks with Percy because honestly 1 hour is not enough to cover all this, and it's something that helps us, and we've got people that have been through a lot of things that can share their experience, even the questions to ask. This is something that we can then dwell in bit by bit as we go. So I will definitely be bringing Percy back again to talk about this because it's very, very, very important before you can decide I want to get married, because marriage is a lifetime thing, guys. And if you do it wrong, obviously you can't. I believe your happiness and peace of mind is paramount to yourself.
Exactly.
And you need to be happy.
Exactly.
You need to know yourself, like what Percy is saying, know yourself, love yourself first before you can commit. And definitely I will be bringing you back, Percy, to talk more, on the day. We still had a lot of questions, but we only allowed 1 hour, guys.
That was incredible. It didn't feel like an hour. It didn't feel like an hour, but it was Thank you so much for having me. Honestly, I had fun.
Before you go, just for the 5 minutes that I've got left, before you go, any quick tips, any quick dating tips, or that you can just throw out?
I'm gonna say this disclaimer. We've spoken about so many things, and some will agree, some will disagree. But what I say is, always take any advice you're given with a pinch of salt. What works for you? Because we're all different individuals. So if I give dating tips, just because it doesn't work for you, doesn't mean it won't work for someone else. So listen and take what works for you and use that. Because at the end of the day, someone will be like, but didn't touch on this. No, we are learning as well. So please make sure that when you do the next live, give us the questions. But the tips I'll give you guys, when you go dating or when this whole pandemic is over, right now we should have time to yourself. Learn yourself. Honestly, you've learned yourself with time. This is not a curse. It's a blessing from God. Learn who you are. Love yourself. Now know what's my love language. So when I do meet the Mr. Right or Mr. Perfect or whatever, Prince Charming, I'll be able to educate him on how to love me properly, because I know how to love myself properly. properly.
Definitely.
Yeah, with
Definitely.
my flaws and all, with my roles,
everything.
you know. So
100%.
build your confidence. Come to my page. Follow Percy Magaya. Let's have conversations.
Definitely.
If you need mentoring, message me, DM me. Like I say, the website is coming soon, but for now, just DM me and let's have a conversation. See what we can come up with. But love yourself. Relationships are key. You can't go in when you're not healed yet. Okay. God loves you and I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Percy.
Make sure you watch my talk show. How did you get there? Okay. How did you get the talk show? Watch it for business advice.
I'll definitely be posting your talk show, your pages and stuff so that people can follow you and they can ask you any questions if they want.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure, Percy. Thank you so much.
Bye.
She's been amazing. Thank you so much. This live thing is not for me, but I really want to thank my team that are on my case every day just to make sure that I am on point and everything is perfect, and they encourage me. Shout out to Loz Boutique for this, for this whole style. Lorraine, she was with me from the time I woke up just to make sure that I'm looking on point. So thank you very much. And to my Zoom Inspired team as well for the setup and for the questions, everything that you've been helping me with. Thank you so much. And for you guys for tuning in and contributing all your points and everything else. I will also go through them just to make sure that we didn't leave out anything. If there's any other questions that we didn't go through, I will post them straight to Percy and she can come back to you with all the answers. Thank you so much. And I will meet you next week at 3 p.m. I will be talking to a bride and groom that I helped out with their wedding. It will be fun. They've been married for quite some time now. Well, not so long, but they can share with us how their wedding plans were, what they went through whilst planning their wedding, and how their marriage is so far. So yes, guys, thank you so much from me. Take care and stay safe. Thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye.